I'm going to have to duck down a little bit low for this one because this video is not about me, it's about this. And this is Lego. Okay, I want to come into view a little bit more now, just for a moment, because I need to explain to you what on earth this is. This is a Galidor Lego set. You will probably never have heard about this, but in the late 90s, early 2000s, Lego were in trouble as a company, which sounds incredible when you consider how well they're doing these days, but they were in real trouble back then. Their results were really, really poor. And had it not been for concepts like Bionicle as a series of Lego sets, they would probably have gone under, apparently. But as part of that reimagining of Lego, they were looking for ways to come up with sort of new and innovative things, bringing in TV series to tie in with Lego sets, all sorts of stuff like that. And one of those ideas was Galidor. Now, I think I've watched the odd video about this on YouTube, but when I went into Plastic Crack in North Wales just this weekend, I saw this boxed set. It was incomplete, but I thought, I've never seen it. I've never seen a Galidor set in the flesh, so I felt obliged to pick it up because I thought you would be interested in this bizarre example of Lego that isn't Lego. It has the Lego symbol on it. It's definitely a Lego set, but it's as if the idea was that they would apply the Lego brand to something that wasn't really Lego. So I'm not sure if they were trying to move more toward, well, I mean, I think they were trying to move more towards a sort of action figure kind of mentality by doing this. And as another video said, the Lego company, Lego group, is so big that they were doing this in parallel with Bionicle, which did work, but then there was this, which just didn't. So I have not opened this box yet. I don't know exactly what is actually inside here. Big box. Interestingly, this is the colour scheme that they now use for sort of the more mature Lego sets that are aimed at grown-ups like me. This sort of black, sort of motif for the entire set is very reminiscent of what they do now. So I've no idea if this was, the inception for that. But I quite like the box work, but you can see that in no way looks like a Lego vehicle. It looks like any generic action figure line vehicle. It could be Star Wars, it could be Mask, it could be Action Force, it could be anything. And you can see there's no listing of pieces on the back of the box at all. It's just it's all a bit strange. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to see what's actually in here. I'll actually get a sort of feel for just how far departed from normal Lego this was. And as I say, I've never ever had a Galidor set in my hands before. I've only seen them on videos, so I really do not know what to expect. And even feeling it, it's a weird sort of, it's quite a sort of soft vinyl-y sort of feel to it. So it's just one big solid piece of plastic. That's so crazy. I'm literally lost for words. I can't believe that they've released this as anything to do with Lego at all. That's insane. What the? It's no wonder it didn't keep going. So this is interesting. Okay. So it was said to be incomplete. Now, I think from the box, those wings actually go onto think that's my lot. Yep, I think that's my lot. Okay. I mean, look at this. What is this? What? So I think it's supposed to open from the box. So you've got... I mean, that's not... that. This feels like quite soft plastic. It's not even a... It looks vaguely like a Technic connector, if you can see that, but at the same time, it isn't quite. Which way is it supposed to go? So it's supposed to fly this way, apparently. It flies this way. So I guess the jets just pop in here. And there... What is that? This is weird. That's a spring-mounted thing. I'm completely bemused by the whole thing. I wonder what it actually retailed for originally. I mean, this wasn't... I didn't pay a lot for this at all. Okay, there we go. So it opens there, and those are in no... They really don't look like Lego hinges at all. I mean, there's no studs. There's no Lego studs in there at all. I should announce what the set name is actually, shouldn't I? Apologies. So this is a TDN module. It's set number 8315. It had a web address at www.galidor.com, funnily enough. There are various different figures on the back of it you can see mentioned here. You can probably read those better than I can right now because I'm not looking at them. But we have Nicholas Bluetooth. Yeah, Bluetooth, seriously. Times 2, apparently. We've got a Gorm Deluxe, a Gens, a Keck Powerizer, whatever that is, a Euripides, which sounds very Greek, a Uni, and Nepal and Schimmel. And I have no idea. Oh, so it's got... Oh, so those are its landing legs that I've got. I thought they were legs for figures. They're not. They're landing legs. It looks like it was supposed to have missiles as well that came out of the... Yeah, there are slots here and here for missiles. Oh yeah, I've got missiles. I have a missile. I have a missile. Is it only supposed to have one? I think it's supposed to have two. Okay. But that's it. That's it for playability. So it has a missile that goes in there. And it feels like it's probably going to launch out. Yep. It's quite good missile action, actually, in fairness. That's maybe the one redeeming feature it has. And I've got plastic legs that it would seem... That's interesting. I seem to have a lot of... So it's got... Alright, so it's got thrusters there. But it's got... Oh, okay, so it's ball jointed. So I guess you do that. And you also do that? Is that right? That can't be right. It doesn't seem right. That's not going to help anything stand up, is it? Let me just consult what I have of instructions here. You're seriously supposed to put that in there and expect it to stand up, are you? That's very odd. But these are all the same. These are all the same height, and yet you're supposed to put feet in the bottom there. So I guess you're. Well, how are you supposed to do that? This whole thing is just confusing me no end. Are you supposed to try and get that on down lower? Yeah, it just does not seem to want to. I don't understand the logic of that at all. Does that? Oh, I see. Is that supposed to bend and sort of? That's another sort of funny. They're on these weird springy ball joints. I don't know if you can sort of really make it out, but it kind of wants to go back to its original position. It's really odd. I just don't. I mean, you can see why this did not take off. There's no. You can't reconfigure it. There's no way this is gonna. What is that all about? I seriously don't understand what they're... Unless it's supposed to go more So it's got these. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's not supposed to be horizontal that way. It's supposed to be more sort of horizontal that way, I think. Or, well, something like that. Anyway. So it's supposed to be able to sort of land. That is weird, though. Yeah, because it is. Yeah, because on the side of the box, it's actually got this pointy bit is the place where it would land, but it's got all this flat surface there. That's also odd. So you're obviously supposed to use those as a sort of prop to let it rest right on the apex of a triangular piece, which seems bizarre. That does actually make more sense now, because when you see it like that now, you can see that that's where the character would sit. But again, that's in no way a Lego figure seating area, is it? I remember there were, I think Technic once had figures for like sort of racing cars and stuff that would fit inside vehicles. That was as near as Technic ever got to figures, but I wonder if that was what gave somebody the idea for this. But otherwise, it's just a hunk of plastic. I'm sorry, Lego, but I can see why you didn't carry on with this, because it's just not. It's not Lego in any way, shape, or form. It's so bizarre. I mean, I have no idea if there's even a sort of secondary market for these, because judging by what I paid for it, there really isn't. I don't even know if it's supposed to have come with a figure. There isn't actually a figure indicated on the box at all. So you've got all of this, and then they didn't even bother putting a figure in with it. There is no figure on the illustration anywhere. So I guess figures sold separately. How very, very odd. So I don't think, bizarrely, I don't think it's even particularly incomplete. It just feels like it is. It's only missing one missile as far as I can tell. I don't think it's in the box, but I mean, at least you've got one missile, I suppose, just so you can sort of look at it. But what a strange thing for Lego to bring out. Somebody somewhere obviously got a rush of blood to their head when they came up with this as a concept, but that's just so odd. Well, I mean, that's really all I can tell you about it. It's just so not Lego. It's just not true. It's incredible. I really don't really know what to do with it. I mean, the thing's huge. I might just rebox it up and sort of auction it off and see if there's any vague interest in this as a sort of, little. I mean, I suppose technically it's a piece of Lego history, isn't it? But I'd be interested to hear your comments about what you make of this as a thing, because it's just so. Reminds me of Mork and Mindy. It's like an egg. It's just so bizarre. Yeah. So I'm just. It really has. I'm lost for words. I'm still lost for words. I just don't get it. I do not get it. But if you get it, you let me know in the comments. I might need to go into therapy after this. This is just bizarre. I mean, even if Lego were going to do something like this, you would have thought that they'd have done something more than this. Do you know what I mean? Given the resources and the sort of creativity in the organisation, if you were going to do it, why would you do this? I don't know. Very odd. I think they were obviously having something of an identity crisis. They needed something that they felt would lift them up and would maybe bring them up to the sort of level of Transformers and things like that that had been doing well previously. But I think we are now at this point where I wonder if the whole sort of entertainment market for kids is almost like post toys, and maybe this is like a symptom of that, or was at that point in time, because we were edging towards iPads and stuff at that point, and it's kind of, well, how do we keep the kids interested? And this apparently was Lego's answer, at least at that point in time, briefly. So yeah, so that is a Galidor module, apparently. Oh, and apparently the mission statement is that they are defenders of the outer dimension. That's the mission statement, apparently. So there you are. No instructions, no nothing. Just flying egg. Cheers for now.